This week on the Aviators, 7,000 feet long, 400 feet wide, and all grass. We visit Tripletree Aerodrome and their amazing sod runway. We head inside the cockpit of the U.S. Navy Blue Angels opening act, Fat Albert, the C-130. And we put a Canadian in a Russian trainer flown by a Southern gentleman. This may look like a world-class golf course or a five-star country club, but no, this is an aerodrome. Tripletree Aerodrome, to be exact. Apart from the winding road into the airfield, the entire Tripletree property is unpaved, including the 7,000-foot-long, 400-foot-wide runway, which at the right angle makes Tripletree indistinguishable from a top-grade fairway.
Yeah, Tripletree is really commonly referred to as kind of the Augusta National of aviation.
Dan Rohrs is the head of public relations for Tripletree.
Here in the South, Augusta National is known for, the Masters golf, event that happens every year, and it's second to none in terms of the class and quality of the grounds, right? And so when people came out here, they started referring to this place as a golf course. And then as we started doing events around the Masters, ironically, they started kind of coining this place as the Augusta National of aviation. And so we've kind of hung on to that because it's something that we're very proud of. We spent a lot of time mowing, we spent a lot of time fertilizing, and we spent a lot of time, making sure that this place is really second to none. What we wanted to make sure was that we built a venue that was very much a Aviators' place of gathering. We've got a facility that really caters to those that wanted a little bit more of an extended stay. So we do have full RV and full camping facilities. We've got about 5.5, 6 miles of cleared trails where people can hike. And then we've also got the river that's bordering the property, so we find people, canoeing and tubing and, having a good time. Because at the end of the day, we want a facility that aviators can come and share their common experiences with.
Tripletree has been purposely built as an aerodrome able to handle large fly-in events. In fact, prior to construction, the grounds where Tripletree sits now were nothing more than forest.
Ironically, Tripletree started out as a very rough, very overweeded, kudzu-infested forest, if for lack of a better word. It has taken 10, 12 plus years to transform this place into what you see today.
Leading the drive to construct Tripletree was pilot and RC enthusiast Pat Hartness. While Tripletree was originally built as a venue to host the radio-controlled Joe Knoll event, over the years it's become much more.
The thing that brings people to Tripletree is the fact that we have a place that's not like going to an asphalt runway. We think that the ponds, the green grass, the trails, the part of nature that we offer here is a completely different venue from other or a lot of fly-ins.
The grounds at Tripletree, which include a large man-made lake that can also be used as a seaplane base, set it apart from most fly-in destinations. This makes it not only a perfect host for the Joe Knoll event, but also a number of other major fly-ins throughout the year, including Tripletree's own annual fly-in breakfast that attracts hundreds of aircraft. And while many might assume that the grass strip could limit the number or type of aircraft that can visit Tripletree, at 7,000 feet long, that is not the case.
It's a safety issue. We want to make sure that even the most novice feel very comfortable about coming in here. We want to make sure they got plenty of runway. As you can see by the C-47s, we've got Pilatuses landing here. We've got L-39 jets that come in very regularly here. So we want to make sure we've got plenty of runway and plenty of space and plenty of safety for even the most inexperienced pilot to feel like, you know, they can experience some of this paradise.
To put the size of the runway in perspective, the main runway at nearby downtown Greenville Airport is a little less than 2,000 feet shorter and 4 times narrower than TripleTree's sod runway. This size, plus the quality of the maintenance, means that this World War II-era C-47 had no problems landing at TripleTree.
The neat thing about a C-47 is that they were made for short field operations. This airplane handles grass runways very well, but when you have a very nice grass runway that you have here, the ball game changes, and you really don't ever think twice about coming here. This is a beautiful place. It's 400 feet wide, it's 7,000 feet long. Land uphill, land downhill, land short, land long. The C-47 will use very little runway here, coming in and going out.
The C-47 does have an advantage on grass as it sits on conventional gear. This means that the 2 main wheels are forward with the 3rd smaller wheel below the tail. This setup was very common in older aircraft, and pilots of these older aircraft are very comfortable on grass strips. One disadvantage of the tail dragger setup is that the pilot's visibility while taxiing is significantly reduced.
Well, it was a little intimidating because coming over the trees down at the end, it's a little difficult because you have to stay high, get over the trees, and then drop in. And so I did that, and I kept my speed up, and then I had to quickly pull the power, flare, and get the aircraft slowed down. In doing so, it extended the roll quite a bit. And I saw that landing aircraft in front of me, and I was a little concerned because once the nose comes up, I can see nothing forward. So I didn't see any of the people, I didn't see any of the aircraft, and I'm just slowing the aircraft down.
On the other end of the spectrum, tricycle gear aircraft with a forward nose wheel and the main wheels back can be at a disadvantage landing on a grass strip. If the field is not properly irrigated, or if the pilot puts the nose down too early, the nose wheel could dig in and cause the propeller to hit the ground. Flying into TripleTree, tricycle gear aircraft have less to worry about, thanks to the work of Pat and his team of volunteers.
It's taken a lot of effort, a lot of moving of land, a lot of heavy equipment, and you know, just a lot of labor of love.
My friends and I did all the earth moving, and we did the grass planting and the rolling and dragging to make a nice runway, sod runway, that will never be asphalted. We like the grass.
Elevator and rudder trim takeoff, check. Avionics power switch on, check. Radio set, check. Parking brake release, not yet.
The airplane flies beautifully. I love flying this airplane.
This is the forefront of engine design technology.
Shh, it's quiet and sleeping right now. But in 7 or 8 weeks, it'll be full of life.
There's some additional risks and things that you need to know before you go flying at night. But with a little bit of training, flying at night is within any pilot's reach.
I love working around airplanes. My dad was a private pilot, and I've grown up around airplanes. Air shows all my life.
Look to the left. Oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, on the left.
My job at the air show is, 1, to make the aerial performers look like they're the best thing that ever happened on the planet. Number 2, to tie things together so that there is a flow to the show. One that's used least is to be that safety link in case something actually does go wrong.
He called us later saying that if we hadn't been there, he thought he would have crashed.
It truly is one of the most impressive pieces in aviation heritage that's flying today.
So the more we can get people in aviation to fly and to love that passion for flight, as well as to support the men and women of our armed services, if I can help do that, that's a great accomplishment for my life.
It was challenging, but it was really fulfilling to be a part of this program, and it's something I'll always remember.